What's up, everybody? Appreciate you for tuning in. You see from the title, we're gonna do a little watch along. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna talk some hoops during the game. Hopefully, you come through. Like I said, we can talk more than Celtics. Talk other playoff matchups. We're just gonna have some fun for a couple of hours here. Obviously, Celtics take game one. Looking to take game two. The Magic are trying to bounce back. Banchero had a great game one. I feel like there's only so much he can do, but we'll see how this plays out. I think it's going to be interesting, especially with kind of how game one went. Talks about the physicality from the Magic, which I mean that's kind of their only way to really make this a series. They're going to have to try to be the more physical team. So I completely understand that. So tip off should be here shortly. But like I said, what's going on with y'all? Hopefully you enjoy this. Let me see something. Yeah, if you're in here and you feel free to share it out. Really appreciate that. Hope we had a good crowd in here. Trying to see something here. Oh, okay. Looks like I might need to change something. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I guess if you are watching on Facebook, I do want to try something. So I'm not sure if I put a comment in there if you're going to actually see it. Yeah. So I might have to change that really quickly. Yeah, let me change that. Remove that. What's this? Wait, huh? Facebook can be overly complicated. Let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right, so nobody's watching on Facebook, so let me just get rid of that one. Let's go here. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, so Facebook looks like it's not going to work. I'm about to even put up the little score. My bad. I got y'all. Hold on. So the scoreboard feature will probably be a little bit ahead of me, but that's all right. We're just gonna. Yes, the game is underway. Wagner missed a layup over Horford's contest. So we do have no Jason Tatum tonight. We'll see how that affects anything in this game. Jaylen Brown opens the game with a 3. Love to see that. All right, so the Magic are working the ball around the perimeter. Wagner's got Porzingis on him, pulls up. That's a good shot. I would like to see the Celtics get Porzingis involved in this one. Although Jaylen Brown takes Wagner off the dribble and lays it in with the left. Banchero knocks down jumper the other way. Brown looks like he's moving a little bit better. Like to see that. Obviously, with no Tatum, Brown's going to have to pick up the scoring, and the playmaking obviously will be amongst a bunch of guys. Wendell Carter's got Derrick White on him. He couldn't take advantage of it. Derrick White's playing really well. Wendell Carter, what's going on with him? White missed it. But yeah, White got to the rim, missed the little lay-in. Got Corey Joseph back the other way. That was a tough lay-in. I thought Horford was going to block that one. I got so wrapped up in the game. My bad, y'all. Share that. Let's change the V. Not really like that one. Well, we can go with this. There we go. That's perfect right there. All right. Yeah, how's everybody doing? I did do game 1 over on Wire to Wire. So game 2, had to bring it to my channel. Game 3, I probably won't be able to do. Game 4, I should be able to do. And I'm going to try to do as many gains in this Celtics run. And even if the Celtics fall short, we'll still continue to do these. I may even do ones outside of the Celtics for sure. So Celtics are going with the double big lineup with Tatum out, Porzingis and Horford in. That's good defense by Banchero, and then bad turnover from Drew Holiday. Wendell Carter, that was a terrible entry pass by him. He gets into Brown, who has Corey Joseph on him, and Brown just muscled him. If that's the Jaylen Brown we're going to get tonight with no Tatum, I'm here for it. Wagner with the nice little lane off the slip. And the lane gets it over Porzingis to put it in for two. Let's see, I got 10-8. That scoreboard. Okay, the scoreboard is like 30 seconds ahead of me. That's fine. Also, is the audio good? You guys let me know. Joseph misses the three. Horford with the rebound. So he's going to walk it back up the floor. Get into a set here. Jaylen Brown has the double screen out to Porzingis for the deep three. Rimmed it out. Wagner with the rebound. Wagner has been active. Carroll misses the jumper. Horford with another rebound. Celtics back the other way. Porzingis has deep positioning on Banchero. Let's see if he goes to work. Gets the foul. Will be going to the line for two. Yeah, so I guess I didn't really get to do much of a pregame, but no Tatum. You got to rely on like Porzingis and Brown, especially. I think Porzingis, look, game one was a struggle for him. Only had 5 points. He was 1 for 8 from the field. I would like to see them do a little bit more what they just did. Put him down the block, post him up, and see if he's not able to kind of get started down there, and then he can take his game out to the perimeter. We're in a commercial break here. It is 10-8 Celtics with the lead. Both teams have been getting up and down the floor. I feel like the Magic have, come out a little bit better in this one. But they did come out kind of like this in game one, where first half they were very competitive. But once they got to the second half, the game really got away from them. So I kind of want to see what they're going to try to do to, one, defensively, now that they don't necessarily have to worry about Tatum and what he obviously does for the Celtics offense. Like, what do they do defensively? And so far, they've kind of struggled with Jaylen Brown. He's been able to kind of get into the lane. He also obviously knocked down that three, which is a good sign to see from him as well. And it's forcing, Missoula and the Celtics to play a little bit differently. Like I said, that Porzingis post up, I feel like we didn't see that necessarily a lot in game one. And obviously, once Porzingis gets it going from the outside and the three, then this game could be a big problem for the Magic. So right now, the game's close. The Magic will take that. Apparently, Tatum's injury is some distal radius. I don't know what that is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to be one. All right, so Porzingis got 1 of 2. So it's 11-8 right now, 6:13 to go. They carry off the pick. Wendell Carter missed the jumper. Holiday back the other ways and get the screen from Porzingis. Nope, Porzingis with 3. The top front rimmed it. It's an open look. Banchero coming back the other way. Dribbles a little loose. Wendell Carter for 3. Nope. Gives it to Banchero, who's sizing up Brown. Gives it to Corey Joseph. Now Wagner's trying to work off of Derrick White. Kicks it out to Corey Joseph for 3. Knocked it in. Missoula has a couple of guys at the scorers table ready to come in. Looks like it's Pritchard and Hauser about to enter the game. All right, you got Brown up top. Got by Banchero, swings it over to Porzingis. They're really trying to get him going. Derrick White on the offensive boards. He gets fouled by Banchero. That's Banchero's second, I believe. That's the last thing the Magic need is Banchero to be in foul trouble. Yep, Banchero brought those arms down. Made it easy to make that call. Hey, what's going on, Jory? All right, Derrick White knocks in the first one. I gotta figure out this Facebook thing. They make it so difficult to stream to them. So we are on it's like YouTube and Twitch. The TikTok's acting weird. I tried to go live on there as well. So appreciate you if you are in here from one of those platforms. Like I said, let's have some conversations in the chat. Joseph kicks it out to Banchero at the top for 3. He knocks it in. Okay, so Hauser did not come in. I'm assuming he's coming in for Brown knocks in another 3. Like Hauser and somebody else is at the scorer's table now. Can't tell who that is. All right, Banchero went straight to the rim on Holiday. Got the foul call. He'll be at the line for 2. Banchero's so good. Yeah, Jaylen Brown looks like a little more bounce to his step. I like it. Banchero rims out the first free throw. But yeah, I mean, how are you guys liking the playoffs so far? Who's your team? What series has got you interested? Like I said, let's talk about it. Okay, so it looks like the Kick stream is working. So what's going on over on Kick? You are watching on Kick. Drop a message. I want to see if it's going to come through or not. Jaylen Brown in the mid range. Missed that one. Van Carroll doing a little bit too much dribbling. Got himself in trouble. Looks like we got a jump ball here. Good pressure there by Holiday and Pritchard. So this is what I talk about. If Orlando could get a legit point guard, they would be better off for it. Not to say like Banchero can't ball handle. Like he can do a lot of things offensively. But I'm afraid like if he has to do all this game in and game out, he's gonna be worn out by like game 4. Got Banchero versus Pritchard on the jump. All right, we got something here. All right, looks like we can do it again. Banchero obviously won the tap. Now they call loose ball foul on Jaylen Brown. Yes, let me know. Is the audio good? Do you like the setup on the screen here? I feel like this setup kind of works the best, I guess. Gives you a bigger look at the scoreboard. All right, Magic with the ball here. Big Carroll's got Pritchard on him. Good double team over to Corey Joseph. KCP with the up fake got bumped and call a foul on Holiday. I think that's 2 on Holiday. All right, we got Luke Cornett coming in for Holiday, who has to sit with the 2 fouls. Also, I've been seeing a lot being made of the Missoula video where Tatum was down and he was like, "Get up." Look, I just think if you follow the Celtics enough, like Missoula has a unique personality, which I absolutely love about him. I think people are reading way too much into it. Like people are talking about Tatum being soft and all this stuff because of that. Like, come on. Tatum plays like 80 games a year. This is the first playoff game he's gonna miss out of like 140 something. So I can't sit here and call him soft, and we have a league of bigger stars, and I'm only saying that because of like perception, that we're celebrating them playing 65 games. So I feel like it's more of the narrative against Jason Tatum. That was a foul on Anthony Black as he got out of position on the dribble drive from Jaylen Brown. Going to a break with the Magic up 17-16 here in the first with 2:52 to go. So yeah, if you're in here watching, and well, I guess because not on Facebook, I would ask you to share it out. I don't know how that necessarily works on YouTube, but you can share it out to some people. Really appreciate you. And also, if you look in the description, I have a link to the Discord. So if you want to engage with some more sports talk with me, feel free to join the Discord. Yeah, we'll definitely talk through there, through this game. other playoff games. Got the draft tomorrow, which I will be live for that as well. Just the first round. Now, rounds after that, I'll have to think about that. I mean, you commit to doing a draft one, like especially past round one, that is a big commitment. They're just sharing it on Facebook right now, so sorry about that. Try to get my Facebook people in here somehow. Like I said, Facebook makes it just like too many hoops you got to go through. All right, we're coming back from break right now. Trying to see the lineups to see if the Magic made any changes or if the Celtics did. All right, so Brown's up the line for 2. Knocks in the first. All right. At the line for the second one. Takes his dribbles, rises up, knocks it in. So we got both. We got 18-17 Celtics lead by 1. Coming up on 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Celtics look like they're in a zone here. Let's see what the Magic can. All right, they got Jonathan Isaac on the block. Kicks out to Wagner. Wagner has a very slow shot. Front runner is out. Loose. Jaylen Brown got the rebound. He dribbles up the court. So we got Brown, Pritchard, Cornette, Porzingis, and Hauser for the Celtics. And on the floor for the Magic, we got Harris, Black, Wagner, Anthony, and who's the fifth guy on the court for the Magic? Isaac. There we go. All right, they got Porzingis posting up on Anthony Black. Go to work here, Porzingis. All right, they get the foul on Black. I mean, clearly hit him across the arm. All right, Porzingis got both free throws. Celtics regain the lead. It's 2019. And the Celtics are back in their zone. Wagner on the block. Okay, tough shot over Porzingis there. Yeah, they're running like looks like a 3-2 matchup zone. Yeah, Pritchard gets into the lane, throws up the alley to Luke Cornett, got fouled by Wagner, who kind of undercut him. I feel like Wagner's playing better than game one. Like point wise, Wagner did well, but he had some bad turnovers. So far, he's playing better. Cornett makes the first one. Cornett is a pretty good free throw shooter for a big man. All right, Cornett waits for the second. Got it to go. All right, 22-21, Celtics lead. 1:13 to go in the quarter. We got some interesting matchups with the Celtics here defensively. Cornett's guarding Anthony Black. Cole Anthony, I don't know what that was. Pritchard, should have taken the three. Pritchard tried to dump it in the paint to Hauser, but it was deflected away by the Magic. Magic at the turnover and are now setting up their offense again. Cole Anthony with the step back. It was long. Hauser with the rebound. Pritchard back the other way. Pritchard gets into the lane, and he gets fouled again. I think they're going to call that one on Cole Anthony. The fouls are starting to mount up for the Magic here. Now look, without Tatum, if the Celtics are going to sit here and attack the basket and put these Magic players in foul trouble, I'm fine with that. Pritchard, the sixth man of the year, of course, as he was awarded that yesterday. At the line, makes the first free throw. Banchero's back in the game for Isaac. Horford's back in the game for Cornett. All right. Pritchard second. Back rimmed it. All right, so the Magic have the ball. We got under 25 seconds to go. Cole Anthony's up on the logo. Pritchard on him. The Celtics are back in man defense. Okay, Cole Anthony gets the switch, has Horford on him, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Wagner. Yeah. Wagner missed that one off the back rim. Pritchard back the other way. Up fake, shoots the three, short. So we're going to end the first quarter, 23-21 Celtics lead. Look, they have the lead. I'm fine with that. Like I said, I like them driving to the hoop. I think at some point the perimeter shots will start going down in this game, and that's where I think they'll open it up. Like they're getting good looks, they just haven't made a lot of them. Yeah, one quarter in the books. The Magic are hanging with them. Well, like I said, this is almost a mirror image of game one. Very close. The second quarter looks like it's going to be close as well. And then we'll have to see how these teams come out of the half. But looking at the stats, so leading scorers for the Magic, Banchero with 8, Wagner with 6, Corey Joseph has 5. So, I mean, looking at that, the Magic are kind of headed on the same road as Game 1. Banchero and Wagner are gonna shoulder the scoring load. But I think if they're gonna beat the Celtics, they need Wendell Carter, they need Caldwell Pope, even Isaac, Cole Anthony. Those guys are gonna have to produce. They're all scoreless right now. For Boston, Jaylen Brown's your leading scorer with 12. Horford and Porzingis both have 3. White has a bucket. Cornette's with the 2 free throws. Pritchard only 1 point right now. But at least it's So right now it's basically Brown and Karen Wagner who are having decent games. But Brown with 12 points in the first quarter. We might be in for a big night from Jaylen Brown. And like I said, without Tatum, he was a guy who's had to step up. I do need to see some more from Porzingis. 9 minutes, 3 points. All 3 points were on free throws. It's like Heat Cavs are about to tip off. Cavs looking to take a 2-0 lead in that series. So they're doing their in-between quarter interview with the Magic coach here. Action is back underway in the second quarter. Magic have the ball. Cole Anthony with it up top. Banchero's got Cornette on him. He's going to shoot the 3, and he was long with that one. Rebounded by Peyton Pritchard. Porzingis facing up Wagner. Step back. There we go. Gets that one to go. Let's see if that gets Porzingis going offensively. Black went to the rim. Missed it. Isaac. That was blocked by Porzingis. They swing it to Black. Puts Cornette on. Gets to the rim. Finishes strong. White looking for the screen for Porzingis. Kicks it back to Porzingis for 3. Missed it. Cornette with the rebound. Out to Pritchard. Porzingis with it again. Gets fouled, tried to bank it in. Porzingis to the line. So, look, I feel like they should just keep running that action. Put Porzingis around the block, because usually when he gets down in there, he's getting mismatches on smaller Magic guards. So he either should make those or, like he's doing now, get into the free throw line. Missed the first one. Porzingis, second free throw. Got it to go. Wagner into the lane, little floater. He missed that. I feel like he missed that a lot in game one. Rebound. Derrick White finally comes up with it. A little bit of transition here. The lane opened up, and White takes it to the hoop, gets the lane with the left hand. Isaac, for some reason, just let Derrick White go on that one. Crouch down defense. We got, what's the call here? They call defense at 3 seconds on the Celtics. Wagner rolls in that free throw on the tech. All right, Holiday's back in the game. Cornette's going to go sit down. So we got Hauser, Holiday, Porzingis, White, Pritchard on the floor for the Celtics. Magic got Wagner, Banchero, who's going to the rim, slams that one home. Black, Isaac, and what am I missing? Harris on the floor for the Magic. Pritchard into the lane, out to Horford, Holiday. Back to Pritchard for three. Got it to go. That's a good sign. We got 31-26 Celtics lead. Black gets to the Banchero, is directing traffic here. Black has it back. Gets into the lane, lays it up, and missed it. Gets his own rebound. Out to Banchero. Kind of a scramble drill here. Banchero gets blocked by Porzingis. Crowd's kind of getting the line here. Is Orlando playing better than last game? I feel like it's kind of similar to last game. The Celtics just went on a little run here. Orlando's going to call timeout. Celtics up 33-26. Holiday took it to the rim, hit the tough lay-in off the glass. So it looks like the Celtics might be going on a run here. Orlando's offense is getting a little stagnant. Like, look, Orlando's trying to take like the Celtics big men off the dribble. And I get that. You know, that is a plan. But look, between Cornette, Horford, Porzingis, those guys can move their feet, and they're making it tough on Orlando. What movie is this? Oh, Predator. Okay. Yeah, so like Orlando, it's still Banchero and Wagner kind of carrying the show. And I said in my video after game one, they're gonna need a third guy if they're gonna want to win games against Boston. Now tonight, I know they're down 7, but with Tatum being out, you know, we'll have to see how that plays as this game goes along. But for the Celtics, you know, Brown has been good. You know, Pritchard and Porzingis seem like they're coming a little bit alive. Holiday's been okay. You know, White. So they have other guys outside of, you know, Brown who are scoring right now. Yeah, just waiting for the game to restart. They're still in a commercial break. Like I said, appreciate all of you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know, you know, how you're doing, thoughts on the game. You want to talk about some other teams? Let's do that. But yeah, we're just chilling during the game here, having some fun. That's not the way Atlanta wanted to come out of that timeout. Pritchard stole the inbounds pass, and Hauser just missed the three off the back rim. Caldwell Pope for three, rimmed it out. Derrick White with the rebound. So now we got, let's see, Pritchard, Holiday, Hauser, Porzingis, Derrick White on the floor for the Celtics. The Magic, I don't think they made any changes in that timeout. That was just too easy. On the inbounds, they just ran a simple screen for Porzingis, who rim ran. Nobody decided to get in his way. He got the easy dunk. So it's 35-26. Or Magic have it. Kick it out to Banchero. Banchero's got Holiday on him. Yeah, the Celtics are making it tough on him. Pritchard gets a hand in there, gets the steal, looking. Magic get back on defense. But the Celtics have it with a chance to get this into double figures now. Porzingis on the block. Yeah, that's just too easy. That's what I've wanted to see. That's what I want to see all game. And let's be honest, even if Tatum is playing, put him down on the block. Ooh, Magic coach is heated about something. He might be doing that coach thing, try to get a technical to kind of get the team focused. I think what we're seeing from the Celtics a little bit more now is when the ball gets into Banchero's hands, the minute he puts down his dribble, they're sending a second guy at him to make him pick up the dribble and kick it out to somebody who then has to, in turn, try to create. And that for like the last few minutes has been kind of what's helped the Celtics extend this lead out. So, look, some people don't want to give Mazzulla credit, but he will make little adjustments here or there. It obviously is not all him. He's got Sam Cassell and other guys on his staff, but they'll switch it up. Yeah, so like I said, okay, behind the curtain. I use Restream for a lot of my stuff. I do like it. Restream and Facebook, they don't see eye to eye. Like I'm almost at the point where I'm thinking about whether or not I need to find a different platform to kind of make it easier. That was better action out of the timeout from Orlando. They got Banchero on the dive on the baseline where he got the dunk at the rim. Derrick White for three, front rimmed it. Carter with the rebound. Wagner back the other way for the Magic. Wagner gets to the lane. He dunks that one. That was a good steal by Carter on Porzingis. Jaylen Brown is at the scorer's table waiting to come back into this game. I get it to Porzingis, Banchero on him in the paint, turn around, rimmed it out. Like I said, even though he missed that, keep running that action. Wagner takes Hauser off the dribble, lays it in, and gets the foul. All right, so Wagner's at the line. It's 37-32 Boston lead. Wagner for his free throw. Got to go. And Brown is now in. He's in for Hauser. Hauser's another guy that they need to get going too. Horford's walking to the scorer's table. He'll probably be coming in for maybe Pritchard. Jaylen Brown in the paint. Out to Holiday. Holiday gets to the rim. Holiday with the finish. Okay, Holiday. Holiday with a two-handed flush. Like you don't see Holiday dunk a lot. Playoff basketball. Love it. Wagner with the running hook. Knocks that one in. All right, looks like the game is picking up now. Pritchard just left Joseph in the dust. Got to the rim, laid it in. 41-35 Celtics lead now. Magic back the other way. All right, they got a mismatch with Banchero. They ran a second guy at him. Oh, Caldwell Pope missed it. Brown with the rebound. Gets it to Pritchard, who's running the floor. Gives it to Porzingis. Gets fouled. And Porzingis talking to the crowd there. It's a foul on Carter. Is that his second foul? Gotta see the foul situation here. Let's see. Personal foul. Banchero So Banchero, Anthony, and Black all have 2 for the Magic. That was Carter's first foul. For the Celtics, Holiday's the only one with 2 fouls. I want to just show like Google search Jaylen Brown's stats without Tatum is like trending on Google. Holiday is at the scorer's table, waiting to re-enter this game. Wagner's got it with Brown on him. They run Banchero off from the corner, gets to the Carter. Carter out to Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope with the shot, missed it. Great recovery defense there by the Celtics. And what do you know? Caldwell Pope involved with something. You know, they didn't keep firing up my boy Al Horford. He's about to drop 30 in one of these games. I don't know why they keep testing my boy Al. All right, let's see what Caldwell Pope did here. I don't know. What was KCP doing? Yeah, this stems from game 1 because KCP was in. Yeah, what? That seemed like Caldwell Pope trying to do like the accidental something. Like it's not Boston's fault that you aren't doing anything, KCP. Like I said, this stems from game 1 with the Tatum play. Caldwell Pope was involved with that, and Horford took exception to Caldwell Pope. So I think it's a little convenient that he gets involved with Horford here after the missed shot where he like ran into Horford's leg trying to act like he got tripped or something. Like he knew what he was doing. I mean, Al was ready to go. Don't let the age fool you. I love how Joe ran over too to hold Horford back. You know, in Joe's mind, he wanted him to go at it. But, I mean, this is the kind of stuff the Magic are going to have to do. Try to get the Celtics off their game. I mean, nothing over the top there. It's just because of the 2 people involved, you know, the refs will try to. No wind up follow through. Like sometimes these refs explain stuff that's just like that's not what anybody was looking for there. Well, I mean, there's definitely something to watch through the rest of this game. All right, so Pritchard's got the ball here. Brown's going to set the screen. He's got Corey Joseph on him. Wants the ball, gets it. Faces up. Gets to the rim. Kicks out to Horford. Out to Derrick White. Back to Horford for 3. Missed it. Wendell Carter with the rebound. Wagner off the dribble. Kicked it to Carter. Ooh, almost traveled there. Wagner has this set shot. So it's a very slow motion. Oh, okay. Brown got the rebound. I mean, not the rebound. Got the pass from Pritchard. Almost a turnover there. Good hands from Corey Joseph. KCP to the rim. And he missed the layup. That should have been a loose ball foul. Okay. Banchero. But Banchero gets that call. Okay. All right. Let me see this here. So Brown has it. That's a foul on Corey Joseph. He literally just bodied him. All right. Banchero's on the line for two. Knocks in the first one. Like Brown got the rebound, was about to advance it because I think Pritchard was up ahead of everybody, and Corey Joseph bodied him, caused a turnover. Banchero got it back, and he got fouled by Holiday. So that's 3 on Holiday now. Banchero rims in the second free throw. All right, so Derrick White the other way. He's got Wendell Carter on him. Porzingis trying to shut up shop in the paint. He has Banchero on him. They'll probably run some action to get a smaller man. Horford. And Wendell Carter. Like, foul Wendell Carter. That's a second. Horford laid it in. Is going to the line for one. Said it. Look, don't get Horford fired up. Horford's free throw is long. Carter with the rebound. All right, he's got Corey Joseph with it. Got 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Carter with it. Doesn't know what to do with it. Gives it to Banchero. Back to Carter. Carter made that. You gotta be kidding me. He didn't even want to shoot that. It was only because the shot clock was winding down. So 45-40. Pritchard with it. Gets the screen from Horford. Has Banchero on him. Pritchard into the lane. Gives to Horford. Has Corey Joseph on him. Horford to the rim. Okay. Apparently Corey Joseph is immune to fouls calls. Pritchard with the rebound off the Houston miss from the corner three. Pritchard for three, missed it. Yeah, Houston, you face guarded Porzingis, had your arms around it. They're going to call that every time. I mean, like Corey Joseph literally pushed Horford on the baseline drive. Okay, Magic are going to challenge the foul call. Okay. All right. So it looks like the challenge was unsuccessful. Which I don't know why Mosley wasted his challenge on that. It was clearly a foul. All right, so Porzingis is at the line for two. Got 2:02 to go in the second quarter here. Knocks in the first one. So obviously during halftime, I guess we'll talk about the first half. We can talk about some other stuff. I don't know. Might do a hoop grid during the half. I don't know. Bancaro kicks to Wagner. Wagner gets it to Carter at the rim, lays it in the foul. That's a touch foul there, but Carter knocks in the free throw. With the amount of stuff they let go in this game, that's a soft foul. All right, so White gets to Jaylen Brown at the top, running some action. Brown got to the rim, he gets fouled. All right, so Jaylen Brown, first one, good. So we got 48-43 Celtics lead with 1:31 to go in the first half. All right, so Jaylen Brown gets set for the second free throw. Knock that one in. Carter with Bancaro, sorry, with the runner, rolled that one in. Right, Jaylen Brown getting downhill. Got a turnover here. All right, so Wagner back the other way, under a minute to go. Out to Carter, gets in the lane, gets that to go. That actually was a walk. I feel like, I don't know how that one goes anyway. He missed the free throw and it's off Jaylen Brown. I see players do that with the up fake and then you like step through underneath. But Carter like lifted the pivot foot, put it back down, then stepped through. But nah. Bancaro posting on Derrick White, goes up, missed it. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Well, 13 seconds difference between the game and shot clock. Derrick White, quick three off the back rim. Porzingis with the rebound. They let that go. Back to Pritchard. That's the foul on Wendell Carter. I think that's his third? That's his third foul. Yeah, that I don't know. This game might be getting away from the refs. Porzingis has 14 points. He missed the first free throw. All right, so Porzingis, second free throw. Got that one to go. He's with 9 of 12 at the free throw line. Like I said, the 12 free throws in the first half for Porzingis. Good sign. All right, Banchero up top. So here's the thing, I guess, with the refs sometimes. It's always the one who makes the call in the angle that they have. So for that one, like the ref who was behind the play called it while the ref who's looking at it didn't. Banchero missed the first free throw. Got 2 seconds to go. 50-47 Celtics lead. Banchero waiting to attempt the second free throw. He rimmed it out. Horford with the heave. That was actually kind of on line. He basically threw out like a football. Sean, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in, man. All right, so we're at the half. 50-47 lead. Like I said, very similar to game one. Close game at the first. At the end of the half, if you remember in game one, the Celtics started to pull away. I think like midway through the third quarter and never looked back. Will the same thing play out here? I don't know. A little different, obviously, with no Tatum on the floor, but I feel like Jaylen Brown's been pretty good. Porzingis, even though his shot isn't falling, he's getting to the free throw line, so he's involved. That's what I wanted to see. I think between Hauser, White, Pritchard, if they could get one of those guys going from the perimeter, I feel like they'll be good in this game. But yeah, Sean, man, how you doing? All right, so we are at the half, and leading scorers. So for Orlando, Banchero, Wagner with 14, Carter 10. Carter kind of came on there late in the second. For the Celtics, you got Brown with 14, Porzingis with 15. Pritchard's got 6. Yeah, they're defending the 3 well. Yeah. Let's see, looking at stats, field goals. The Magic are shooting 44% from the field. The Celtics are shooting 36%, and they're winning. So that's definitely good to see. Like Sean said, the 3-pointers, the Magic are 23%, the Celtics are 24%. Free throws, the Magic are 60%, 6 of 10. The Celtics are 18 of 23 from the free throw line, 78%. The Celtics are out rebounding the Magic, plus 13. Assists are even. Steals are basically even. Blocks basically even. Turnovers even. Magic 14 fouls. The Celtics 8. And then fast break 5-4 Celtics advantage. Are you concerned about Tatum's injury? No. No, because I guess I'd probably be more concerned if he was hurt and then didn't play more in game one, but he did come back and play. So I think this is just a precaution in terms of, you won game one. Because of the roster construction, you feel like you should have enough to win game two. And then look, when you go back to Orlando, you were giving Tatum a few days off. He can, play game three, game four, kind of just play it by ear. Like it says a bone bruise, so I feel like that's going to be like a comfort level thing. He has his wrist taped up tonight on the bench. But he's a guy who, look, the Celtics Warriors series, he dealt with a wrist injury and he played every game in that one. So he's a gamer. I mean, Sean, are you worried about Tatum's injury? Let's do a challenge here. Let's see if I can do the hoop grid during halftime. Because inside the NBA, they're talking, they're doing their thing. Yeah, we already know. %5% or less three-point field goal percentage for the season. A LeBron James teammate. Not gonna lie, I like Drew showing emotion. He usually doesn't do that. Plus, he dunked it. The dunk surprised me. I feel like, see, this is why I don't watch inside the NBA. The first thing Barkley wants to talk about, 3 points, three-pointer shooting. Like, he needs to move off of that. Number one, he was a coach in the All-Star game, and his little All-Star team was shooting threes like crazy. But whatever, neither here nor there. Only because when they do Celtics games, I already know what their halftime kind of spiel is. That's why yeah. But yeah, the Drew Holiday dunk, I've seen him dunk before. It's usually like, a little one hand, just get over the rim. Like this one was a legit two-handed, like, rock the rim kind of dunk. And I think because of the game one, the KCP thing, I think the Magic have gotten the attention of some of the Celtics players. Look, Horford, we saw get into it with KCP. He had something to say about KCP in game one. Like you said, Sean Holiday showing some emotion. Jaylen Brown, we know Jaylen Brown's not going to shy away from any of that. He was involved in it as well. And for the Magic, these are the little things that they're going to try to do to bring kind of the Celtics down to them. Make it a little bit muddied up, a little bit ugly, and see if they can't stay within arm's length long enough to potentially steal this game, especially with no Tatum on the floor. All right, like I said, see if we can do this before halftime ends. If not, we'll finish it up. Not that concerned with Tatum's injury, but I really hope they could sleep so he could get a week rest. Yeah. Because, they get the winner of Knicks Pistons. I mean, that series is going to go at least 5. I feel like that series will probably go 6 either way. So you'll have some days built in with that as well. But yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. All right, so 5% less 3-point. So who've been like Bad perimeter shooters that are LeBron teammates. Okay, not Alex Len. Let's see. Bad shooters, bad shooters. You got Cleveland, Miami. Oh, I got a guy. Come on, hit me. Adonis has it. What? Come on. I guess those guys wouldn't have attempted a three. They have to at least attempt a three, I guess. Bad three-point shooters that LeBron's played with. Was there a minimum attempts? No, it doesn't really say. I mean, Sean, what are your thoughts on the first half? $29 possible answers. I feel like I'm missing somebody obvious there. Let's move on. A Laker LeBron teammate. Okay. Let's think obscure. Mike Muscala? We'll take that. LeBron teammate played 82 games in a season. 63 possible answers. I think Mo Williams did that. He did not. I thought Mo Williams did that at least 1 year. Rondo? Rondo never did that? Jeez. I mean, not a lot of guys play 82 games, so that's obviously an issue. Cavs, Heat, Lakers. 82 games. Mike Miller. I figured. We try. Okay. We'll leave Mike Miller for now. 82 games and in the 80s. Okay. A little more prevalent back then. I want to see them move the ball more because there were some times where Brown would just dribble the whole possession. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I do like the kind of attention with Porzingis on the block. I want that to continue in the second half. And like I said, I think between Hauser, White, and Pritchard, get one of them going. Because, yes, the Celtics are trying to get to the rim, which is good. The Magic are kind of packing the paint defensively as well. Because some of the poor three-point shooting from the Celtics is just them missing good looks. I think Hauser's a guy I wouldn't be surprised if he were able to knock down a couple of threes in the second half. Right, played in the 80s, played 82 games. 80s. Let's go into the Rolodex here. What I missed, my bad. Oh, we're at the half. This heel. 50-47 at the half. Kind of looks like game one where the Magic are hanging in there. And we'll have to see if the same thing happens in game one where in the second half starts off a little slow, so slowly build momentum and then extend their lead out. Banchero and Wagner are scoring for the Magic. He did get more production from Wendell Carter. That is a little different from game one. The Celtics have been looking for Porzingis on the block. Jaylen Brown's had some dribble drives. He's made a couple of threes. He's played better. The Celtics aren't getting a lot of scoring from some of the perimeter guys. Like Derrick White has struggled with his shot. Pritchard struggled a little bit. Hauser hasn't made anything. So I want to see if Mazzulla has anything drawn up to get one of those guys going on the perimeter. And there's a little bit of, emotions with this one. KCP had his little tangle with Horford in the first half. Got the crowd into it, got the players going. So we'll see if that continues into the second half. All right, I see you after the game. We'll talk about it later. Yes, I will be on at least for a few minutes after the game to kind of recap what went on. So I'll see you back then, Sean. Something to get this win. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was just I see Miami getting blown out. Are they? Let's see. I'm not kept up with that game. Look, I mean, Miami, they are what they are. Like they're a limited team, and they don't necessarily have the team that's going to challenge Cleveland. Miami actually got out to a good start in this game, and that was probably one of those where, Cleveland sleepwalk early on, find themselves down, they wake up and realize we're better than this team. But yeah, the limitations from Miami, it's the same. Yeah, 53-37. Yeah, I just looked up on the phone really quickly. But this is what I say this about Miami all the time. They're so predictable. It's the Bam Adebayo at the top, the dribble handoff with Hero or Robinson, or the fake dribble handoff with Bam Adebayo trying to get into the rim. That's their offense. Like, it's smart teams defensively, athletic teams defensively can guard that very easily. So let's be honest. The only one you're really worried about is Tyler Hero. I think Duncan Robinson has been meh the past couple of years. Like he hasn't been kind of the knockdown 3-point shooter he was very early in his career. I feel like yeah. So when you're in that action, you're only kind of worried about Hero because he's a guy that if you get the ball in his hands, can at least create for himself off the dribble. And obviously, you pay attention to Bam Adebayo because if Adebayo gets going downhill, he can do his pull up in the paint or dunk it at the rim. So, yeah, I'm not surprised Cleveland turned that game around really quickly. All right, so we're back from the break. All right, they're showing a little package on Wendell Carter. All right, Magic has the ball, and we are back for the second half. I gotta check this because it looks like I always have to refresh this to get it. There we go. There we go. Okay, so Wagner hit a runner in the lane. Jaylen Brown just hit I believe his third three of the night. Carroll almost turned it over there. Got up in the air, didn't know where to pass it. Banchero's got Derrick White on him. Horford there with support. Marner to KCP over to Corey Joseph for three. Barely touched rim. Short. Brown with the rebound back the other way. Horford trying to. Oh, Brown with a pull up three. Okay. All right, Jaylen Brown. Back-to-back threes from Jaylen Brown is now 56-49 Celtics lead. Banchero's got Jaylen Brown on him. Banchero step back three, rimmed it out, Porzingis with the rebound. Derrick White back the other way. White gets to Jaylen Brown because why not? He has the hot hand. White to Holiday. Holiday loses it out of bounds. Magic ball. Celtics ball. Yeah, Jaylen Brown definitely has more lift in this one than game one. Like game one seemed like he was testing out the knee to see how much he could really go, but since he got through that game, yeah, he looks good. Get some drink spill on the ball, wiping that off really quickly. Horford to inbound on the baseline, gets out to Porzingis over to Holiday. Holiday got Carter stumbling, shoots the three, missed it. Horford to Jaylen Brown over to Derrick White, three. Love to see that. Thank you. Derrick White knocks in the three in the corner. Get Derrick White going. We know Derrick White is a big playoff performer. 59-49, under 10 minutes to go. Wagner's got Horford on him. He's wanting Carter to come get the ball. Carter's got Porzingis to get it to Corey Joseph. Corey Joseph he's getting himself into weird situations with it. KCP in the corner for three. Nope. For as much talk KCP's been kind of dishing out, he has been terrible. Wendell Carter is down on the other end. I don't know if he got hit in the face. Let's see. There's the rebound. Oh, he caught an elbow. Look, he was in there amongst the trees. So since Carter was down, the Celtics were 5-on-4, and they got a wide open lane from Porzingis. Magic timeout. 61-49 Celtics lead. Magic are in a scoring drought. Yeah. Because, look, game one, the Celtics were fine letting Banchero kind of operate, which is why Banchero had the 39 and nobody else really did anything else. This one, they let Banchero get the ball the minute he starts whatever move he's going to do. They have a second defender kind of flash towards him. So it's either he continues the dribble and probably backs out a little bit, or he's picking up his dribble and passing it out. And then the Celtics are a recovery defense that get back on their guy. So they've been kind of changing up the looks on Banchero in this game, which has been beneficial to them. I mean, it helps that KCP still can't buy a bucket. And like I said, he wants to be the guy who's talking like he's going to have to back it up with some actual points at this point. Wendell Carter, who I said from game one to game two has been better. We'll have to see what happened with him. Like I said, it was a rebound. There were scrum. There's a scrum, fighting for the rebound. Horford's elbow caught Carter like under his right eye, I believe. I believe it's the right eye. Yeah. So I'm sure he was probably worried if there was blood drawn. Although I thought Wendell Carter wore glasses, so I don't know. Maybe contact might have popped out. I don't know. This I'm pretty sure about that. Like Carter used to wear glasses on the court, didn't he? Or am I thinking of another big man? I'm pretty sure it's Wendell Carter. So it was a needed timeout from Orlando. Mosley? Mosley's their coach. Because we went from, going into halftime with three down 12 really quickly. Mosley could tell the energy in the building was shifting, and he did not want it to get to like 15 or 20 really quickly. He wouldn't leave his guys out to like JB, like Bickerstaff did with the Pistons in that game one in that series. That's not even to take a shot at him. He only had like one timeout left, so I understood that. Doing pre-draft notes, okay. We can definitely talk NFL while watching the game. Once again, hit the like button, follow, subscribe, share it out if you could. Really appreciate it. The draft is tomorrow night. I will be on Wire to Wire. I'll also have it here on the channel as well during the first round of the draft. Reactions to all the picks and everything like that. All right, so it looks like Carter stayed in the game. So Magic up the ball. Let's see what they draw up out of the timeout here. Showing the score, looks like the Cavs are up 68-51 on the Heat. The waning moments of the first half in that game. Then Carroll gets around the defender, dunks it, and yeah, for Mosley, timeout well needed. Jaylen Brown got Carter on him, putting some moves on him. Gets around him, gets to the rim, kicks out to Porzingis. Porzingis over to Derrick White. Derrick White with a deep three. Nope. Here's Wagner back the other way. He's got Horford on him. Come on. Wagner, you don't put that up on Horford. Horford sends that one back. Then Carroll with 9 on the shot clock has Horford on him. Gets to KCP, out to Joseph, out to Wagner. Wagner with his pull-up. Knocked it in. All right, 61-53, under 8 to go. White gets to the Porzingis. Okay, just wide open there. Joseph back the other way. Wagner with Horford on him. Wants to get to Banchero. He's got Jaylen Brown on him. Now Wagner has Jaylen Brown. Gets to Corey Joseph into the lane, laid it in. Yeah, good steal by Carter Jr. on Jaylen Brown. Okay, 63-55. Jaylen Brown up top gets the screen from Porzingis. Now it's Banchero. Porzingis has Corey Joseph. They get it to him. Faces up. Gets out to Jaylen Brown. Over to Horford for 3. Nope. Porzingis. Oh, missed the putback. Banchero back the other way. He's now has Holiday on him. Horford's there. Sends this double. Gives over to KCP for 3. KCP. Horford with Corey Joseph on him. Over to Derrick White. 3. Nope. Like Derrick White's rushing it now. Wagner with that set shot knocks it in. Mazzulla the timeout. Yep, Mazzulla the timeout. 63-58 Celtics with the lead here. Magic are on a little bit of a run. Mazzulla's trying to calm that down. Yeah, like I said, White's getting looks. He's rushing his shot. He finally made a 3 a little earlier. I thought that was going to get him going, but he's kind of gone back to struggling. Oops, got a game. Like I said, I think it was around this point in game 1 Celtics went on a run, and it kind of kept that distance. All right, waiting to come back from break. I mean, look, you know I'm a Celtics fan. I know you can't tell from the camera. I'm a Celtics jersey. This is a Paul Pierce jersey, in case you wanted to know. Um, I've done these watch songs where it's a blowout. That's not fun. I like games like this. A little back and forth. Like, this is what I want. So I'm glad, at least so far, it's a close one. The Jags could trade away 5. Okay. I mean, I've heard. Yeah, I've been hearing some stuff about the draft. The Jags could trade away 5. They could draft Genty at 5. Um, the Patriots are looking to move down from 4, possibly. I think the Ravens are trying to move up to get Malachi Starks. Like there's a bit of rumblings there. All right. Brown ruined out the second free throw. 6-4-58. I mean, the Jags do need, and Wagner with his loose dribble, backcourt violation. Um, the Jags do have several needs, so I could see the trade back from 5 to get more picks for them. I think that does make some sense. All right, Derrick White has it off of the turnover from the Magic. Holiday gets it to the paint. Holiday's just so strong. Lays it in. Wagner trying to post up Derrick White. Banchero doesn't get it to him. Banchero's got Pritchard. Takes a Tough fadeaway, missed it. Carter with the rebound. And then he turns it over. White looking up. Gets into the lane, lays it in over Banchero, and the lead is back to 10. The Magic keep like putting themselves in these situations. Like Banchero there just jumped past it blindly. That could have been another turnover. Holiday, yeah. Holiday actually out-muscled Banchero on that drive. And look, maybe this is what White needed. Nice little run in the lane. All right, Carter's up top. Gets to Corey Joseph. Corey Joseph with the pull-up, blocked by Drew Holiday. All right, this might be that run I was talking about. White almost pulled up. Okay, White, calm down. Jaylen Brown's got Banchero. Brown into the lane. Brown puts it up, lays it in. Wanted the and one. Because he did get fouled. But, you know, Jaylen Brown's got 23 points, 8 rebounds. Love to see this kind of performance from him. And then he gets the steal. Yeah, the knee's feeling good. Dunk that. There you go. Jaylen Brown, thank you. All right. Now Mosley with another timeout. And then I'm going to try to regroup. That was an interesting commercial. Yes. All right, back from timeout. Goga Batadze in the game for the Magic. So Mosley's going into his deck. He's pulling out a wild card. He's going to see if it works for him. All right, Banchero gets into the lane. Tough lane over Luke Cornett. Problem is the Magic are down 12. They kind of need stops on defense. Jaylen Brown's had the hot hand. Gets the screen from Cornet's got Batadze on him. Jaylen Brown looking at the defense. I mean, that's too easy. Jaylen Brown's playing with them right now. He had Batadze on skates. Batadze out to Caldwell Pope. Still can't hit one. But Black with the follow. There's a Jaylen Brown. Lost the ball. All right, so Banchero's got Hauser on him. Hits the tough runner. And so Pritchard has up top, gets the screen from Cornette. Pritchard into the lane, gets out to Hauser. Hauser for three. Missed it. And Bataze grabbing Cornette gets called with the foul. Porzingis coming in for Holiday. All right, 74-64. Pritchard for three. Okay, come on, Pritchard. All right, 77-64, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Banchero inbounds it to Anthony Black. Gives it back to Banchero, gets across the halfway line. Harris into the lane, off the back rim, gets it to go. Hauser gets it into Jaylen Brown. Minute and a half to go. Pritchard's got Harris home. Wants the screen from Porzingis. Gets it to Porzingis. Shoots the three. Nope. Bataze with the rebound. Banchero gets it across midcourt. He's got Pritchard on him. He's trying to work. Pritchard moving his feet, does a great job there. He posts up. Pritchard still on him, gets it back. Fade away. Nope. And Bataze just cut Porzingis open. Oh boy, the magic, I tell you. Bad enough you don't be playing Bataze. This is the one thing you do, and you out here just throwing bows. Bro, what was that? Lucky Horford was on the court. Eesh. Yeah, Porzingis have to get that closed up. All right, the official's going to look at it since it was a blow to the head. Bataze dusts off the warm up to do that. I mean, why are they swinging his arm like that? That's huh? I mean, I don't think it's going to be like a flagrant 2 or anything like that. It's reckless. Flagrant 1, probably? I don't know. Let's see. Player penalty 1, unnecessary contact committed by player, flagrant unnecessary and excessive. Yeah, if there's going to be anything, it's probably going to be a flagrant 1. It was unnecessary. They're still looking at it. My guess is it's flagrant. I don't think it's a flagrant 2. I think it should be a flagrant 1. That is a big bandage they just put on Porzingis' forehead. Okay, it's a flagrant 1. Yeah. I mean, Porzingis got blood on his nose. Got blood in his hair. They could have cleaned my man up a little bit better than that. Got on the back of his head too. Yeah, they could wet a towel or something and just go once over. The man's got blood in his hair and on his face, and they just threw this big bandit. Oh, maybe he's just doing this to shoot the free throw, and then he'll leave the game to get. I don't know. I guess he does have to shoot the free throw, otherwise he can't return to the game. So he makes the free throw there. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't excessive. So flagrant foul 1 is the right call. Short on the second. Yeah, he has to go back out of the game. Okay, yeah. Finish cleaning the guy up. Porzingis is a clown. I like it. All right, so it's going to be Celtics ball after the flagrant 1. Brown inbounds the Cornet. Gives it to Derrick White. We're under a minute now in the third quarter. Okay, Jaylen Brown goes and gets it. Gets the screen. Out to Pritchard. Pritchard for 3. Knocks it down. Oh, they got Pritchard talking. Now the crowd's into it. Wagner for 3. Nope. Rebound by Cornet. I mean, that was probably a foul too, but they let it go. Harris with the loose ball laid it in. 81-68 under 20 seconds. Celtics have it. They run a double at him, get it into Cornet. Oh, Cornet, got to catch that. Little high. It was a little high. I'll say that. All right, so got a turnover. All right, Horford's back in for the last 12 seconds here. Houston in for Batadze, who bloodied a man and will probably sit for the rest of the game. All right, Banchero's got it. Gets a screen, getting downhill, goes to the rim. They call it and 1. Banchero's free throw. Makes it. 81-71. Pritchard with it. This is what he used to do. Just off the rim. All right, 81-71. Got 12 minutes left to go in this game, so 12 minutes from the Celtics being up 2-0, or it being a 1-1 series and a magic comeback in this one. I mean, the Celtics had a good quarter for sure. Pritchard's hit a couple of threes. White's made a couple of buckets. Porzingis is doing his thing. Jaylen Brown's having a really good game. So obviously those guys have to continue this in the fourth, because with it being 10, first 5 minutes for the Magic, you're trying to get it from 10 to like less than 5. For the Celtics, you'd like to get it from 10 to 15 plus. So whichever team can kind of do that will probably see some momentum here in the fourth quarter. So I was going to have to start off strong. But yeah. So 1 quarter left to go. Like I said, I'll hang around for a few minutes after the game to kind of talk about it, and then we'll be out of here. So like I said, game 3, I'm pretty sure I cannot do. Let me double check the schedule here. Cavs have a 16-point lead over the Heat. But, game 3 Friday. Yeah. So I can't do game 3. Game 4 is Sunday. I can do game 4. Yeah. And then game 5, if necessary, would be Tuesday. I can't do that one. So if we get a sweep, I'll be able to do 3 out of the 4. All right, they're talking to Joe. This should be an interesting interview. I don't know, like, what does Joe necessarily have to do to kind of be considered a good coach? I still say the way he came into this was not easy. Replacing Udoka with all that stuff, and all he's done is lead them to a title, followed up with a 60-win season. And he wasn't a finalist. Drew Holiday with the pull up and on the foul and the and one. Banchero, you hit him across the arm. But it's what was I saying? Yeah, he wasn't a finalist for Coach of the Year or anything like that. I just wonder. Yeah, Holiday's at the line for 1. Holiday with 8, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, with 9 points now as he makes the free throw. So it's 84-71. And let's see. Lineups. Magic, you have Wagner, Black, Detaze, Banchero, Harris. Celtics. Brown, Pritchard, Holiday, White, Cornette. Banchero, step back 3, knocks it down. But it's like those are the shots that Banchero's having to make. And I feel like that you can live with. Because look, he didn't get anybody involved. Banchero had the ball the whole possession. Holiday dumps it down to Cornette. Cornette with the half hook, and he missed it. Bankero with it, yeah. So this literally just gonna be the Bankero show for the Magic. Bankero step back three, nope. Cornell with the rebound. Battaglia just out here fouling people. That's all he doing. Fouled Cornette on the rebound. So Celtics ball. Like Battaglia didn't even try for the rebound. Just grab the man. All right, so Holiday with it. Gets it to Jaylen Brown. Gonna get a screen from Luke Cornette. Luke rolls off of it. Gets it. Pritchard over to Derrick White. Three. No. All right, here's Bankero. All right, they get the foul. I don't know who they're going to call it on. Maybe White. They're giving him a shooting foul on that? I thought the foul was on the floor. Yeah, I guess. All right, Bankero, first free throw. Short. All right, Bankero, second free throw. Got it to go. Pritchard with it, gets it to Jaylen Brown. Got 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes to go in the quarter. Holiday's going to get the screen from Cornette. Holiday takes Batadze. Batadze with the block. Magic back the other way, gets the Wagner. Wagner out to Black. Bankero's got Pritchard on him. Gets it to Batadze. That's a good pass. Nice little look away by Bankero there. All right, timeout on the floor. Missoula calls it here. We got 84-77 Celtics lead. Under 10 minutes now at this point. Celtics need a bucket here. If I could get it to Brown, let him get downhill. Yeah, appreciate those of you that are tuned in. If you would, hit the like button, follow or subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. We'll be here. What is this? Oh, for a few minutes after the game, kind of recap, get your thoughts as well. And then we shall be done. Hey, Drew. Appreciate you. No, it's all good. Yeah. Have me on in the background. It's all good. I do kind of need to get back into these watch-alongs. So definitely we'll try to make some time for more of them. mic is making noise. Hold on. I wonder. Okay. Interesting. Hold on. Okay. So okay. Okay, so Horford's got it, gets it back, lays it in. We got 86-79 Celtics with the lead here. So we got 8.5 to go in the game here. Banchero got Horford on him. Pull up. Nope. Derrick White with the rebound. Derrick White back the other way. Jaylen Brown's got Batadze on him. Gets into the lane. We got a foul call. Okay. Jaylen Brown made the first free throw. And the second one. All right, Porzingis is back on the bench. A smaller Band-Aid. That's a good start. I feel like he still has some dried blood in his hair, but it's much better. So Banchero's got it with Horford on him. Over to Anthony Black, who shoots the three. Nope. Rebounded by Pritchard. Gets over to Holiday. Holiday in transition, but the Magic get back on defense. Gets it up to Brown. Brown's got Carter on him. Brown gets him. Oh, Brown just playing with him. Derrick White with the tip in. I like Jaylen Brown, taking advantage of those mismatches, whether it's Carter, Batadze, or one of those guys on him. Like, that's a tough ask for Carter. All right, 90-79, 7:36 to go. Magic with the ball, as there was a foul on Holiday there. So we got. All right, so Batadze, Banchero both have 4. Holiday has 4 as well. Black with the and one. as Pritchard tried to take the charge there. Kind of want to see this one again. Okay. That seems like a no call to me, but sure. All right, Anthony Black at the line for 1. Shoots it. Rims it in. All right, so we got 90, 82, 7.5 to go. Brown dumps it down into Horford. Horford. Wait, what? What just happened there? Are they giving him continuation? I don't know. So Harris tried to pull the chair. They call a foul. Horford just throws it over his head. It goes in. Well, they called it on the floor. I mean, they could have given him that. Porzingis is back in. Like I said, smaller bandage on his forehead. So we got White, Holiday, Porzingis, Horford, and Brown. For the Magic, you got Carter Jr., Black, Harris, Banchero, Wagner. Porzingis on the block. Missed it. Magic back the other way. 7 minutes to go. Banchero with it. Out to Carter. Black off the screen. Derrick White gets back. Oh, my God. Here we go with this. I thought Derrick White hit the ball on that one. All right, let's look at this. He hit the ball. Come on. What are we doing? All right. Black makes the first free throw, 90-83. Here's the second one. Short. Holiday with the rebound. Gets it out to Jaylen Brown. Brown's got Wagner on him. Back the other way. Gets him. Okay. Waiting for a screen. Gets it from Horford. Now it's Banchero on him. Out to White. He's about to get a screen from Porzingis. Instead, pulls up. Knocks down the three. 83-93. 6:25 to go in the game. Carter with it. Dribble handoff with Wagner. Wagner didn't want to force it there. Gets it out to Black. Banchero with Derrick White on him. 5 on the shot clock. Cross court. KCP for 3. Nope. You could have guessed that one. Derrick White loses the rebound out of bounds. KCP must think he's still in Denver or something. I'm kidding. All right, KCP inbounds to Carter. Wagner up top. Trying to create a mismatch with Banchero on the block. They can't get him the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Wagner step back 3. No. Oh, my God. The foul calls, man. So now they call one on Derrick White. Another one. Let's see this one. Okay, I guess. Black misses the first one. So we got Bataze, Banchero with 4, Holiday, and now White with 4 fouls. All right, Black, second free throw. Rims it in. 93-84, 5:52 to go. Derrick White brings the ball up. We get a screen here from. Nope. They ran Porzingis off a screen off the ball. Now White gets one from Horford. White with the pull-up three. Okay. White's got it going. 96-84. 5.5 to go. Wagner back the other way. It's got Horford on him. Gets it to Banchero. Banchero gets into the lane. Missed it. Gets his own rebound. Missed that one, but they get the foul call. All right, 5:22 to go. Banchero, first free throw. Nope. All right, Banchero playing with the mouthpiece, ready for his second free throw. He's got 29 on the night with 9 rebounds. And makes the second one. So another 30-point game for Banchero. Will it be enough? We will see. White with it. Gets the screen from Porzingis. Over to Horford. Over to Holiday. Holiday. They want to get to Porzingis. They can't get it to him. White with the three. Short. Horford with the rebound. Out to Derrick White. He's got Carter on him. Over to Horford. Horford into the lane. Out to Derrick White for three. Short. Black with the rebound. Magic back the other way. Under 5 to go now. Banchero in and out dribble. Gets into the lane. Euro step. Out to Wendell Carter for three. Knocks it down. 96-88. 4.5 to go now. So we got Holiday gets it to Jaylen Brown. He's going to get the screen from Porzingis. Gets Wendell Carter on him. Let's see if he can make Wendell Carter dance a little bit. Brown pull up three, long rebound. That's White's 5th foul now. Yeah. Well, I mean, because of some of the ridiculous foul call, they're in the penalty. So the Magic will be at the line. KCP for 2. Let's see. He misses the first one. Pritchard's into the game now for White. KCP's second free throw knocks it in. 96-89. Pritchard gets the pass. Magic are putting a little pressure in the backcourt, but Pritchard easily breaks it. Okay, Pritchard with it. He has Carter on him. Gets it over to Horford. Ooh, if Holiday kind of stopped, he'd have been open under the hoop. Jaylen Brown taking Wagner off the dribble. Too strong. Too strong. Banchero back the other way. He's got Horford on. He's going to try to do something. Wagner into the lane, a little push shot and missed it. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. We're now at 3.5 to go. Brown's got Banchero. 12 on the shot clock. 10. Gets into the lane. Floater. Oh, Jaylen Brown. He's on one tonight. Oh, Rabel's in the building, my boy. KCP pull up. He banked that in. That just shows you how off he's been. 191. Holiday with it. Porzingis looking for the post up. Gets it to him. He's got KCP on him. backing him down, out to Holiday. Holiday off the dribble, gets it to Pritchard. Pritchard puts it up and in and one. Like, Wendell Carter's there. You have Pritchard, who's a small guy. How you foul him, number one, and then you foul him and let him lay it in for the and one. So 102-91 got a timeout on the floor. All right, 2.5 to go. If the Magic are going to do something, they got to get going pretty quickly. Let's see what game one was. What, 106-89, right? I think so. So the Magic scored more in this one. At least there's that. But I think it's the same thing. It's the same stuff with the Magic in this one. You know, certain situations offensively they couldn't get a good enough shot. The Celtics are kind of just biding their time. Gets close, they go a little run, close little run. So I think without Tatum, probably best case scenario in this one where Jaylen Brown went off. That's what he has to do. He's the second guy for a reason, right? So, love seeing that. I do wonder if they win this one. What does that do in case they? Sorry, slow down. What does that do for them in terms of a decision on Game 3 for Tatum? I guess just to reset, Orlando, led by Banchero, 39-6. Wagner, 21-4-4. Carter, 13-8. Caldwell Pope, KCP, 3-3. Black off the bench with 11-4. At least he gave them something there. Jaylen Brown, 33, 10-5 for the Celtics. Love that line. Horford, 7, 9-1. Let's see. Porzingis, 20-8. Derrick White's got 17 on the night. After I said he was struggling early, he's come alive here later in the second half. And Pritchard was 14 off the bench. So, let's see. Field goal percentages. The 48-44. Magic and Celtics there. 3-point, the Magic are at 26. The Celtics are at 31%. All right, so we're about to be back with the action on the floor. Let's see what lineups of these teams are going to go with here to. I don't think these are closing lineups, but at least for probably the next minute or so. Pritchard missed the free throw. All right, Banchero, KCP, Wagner, Carter Jr., and Houston, I believe that is. On the floor for the Celtics, Holiday, Pritchard, Brown, Porzingis, Horford. Carter Jr. hits that three in the corner. So Wendell Carter's doing what KCP still has yet to be able to do, knock down a three-point shot. Brown back the other way. He's got KCP on him. He's going to get the screen from Drew Holiday, gets Banchero on him. Jaylen Brown staring him down. Okay, 24-second violation. A lot of reaching in there. Also, the Heat are kind of closing in on the Cavs too. Wagner for 3? No. The Heat are down 11 to Cleveland. All right. Wagner missed the 3. Celtics back the other way. Pritchard with it up near midcourt. He's got Wendell Carter on him. Here comes KCP somewhat with a double. Over to Holiday. Holiday gets into the lane. Out to Jaylen Brown for 3. Ball game. That's probably a ball game right there. Knocks it down. Is he 5 for 5 from 3? Okay. Banchero back the other way. Goes at Holiday. Miss it. Porzingis to the rebound. Gets to the Pritchard. Yeah, we're coming up on a minute left. This one is probably in the books. Holiday's got KCP on him. Dribbling up there. Got 10 on the shot clock. Makes a move. Now a double team. Over to Jaylen Brown for 3. That was rimmed in and out. But Horford, sorry. Follows it up with the lay-in, and it's now 107-94, 56 and a half seconds to go. Wagner. Spin move on Porzingis. Tough lay-in, but you'll take 2s right now because you got the lead. Oh, Horford lost it out of bounds. All right, 107-96, 45 seconds to go. So unless the Magic have Reggie Miller sitting on the bench somewhere and plan on bringing him in, I feel like this one's probably over. All right, Brown's going to go out for Hauser. Jaylen Brown put in work today. All right, Banchero takes it to Hauser. Tried to steal a foul call there. It was just out of bounds off of Hauser. Good game. Yeah. Look, for the Magic, like they have enough talent that they won't necessarily get like blown out game in and game out. But you just see where, they lack a little bit. Wagner tried to slam it on Horford against the foul. Jaylen Brown moves into 6th most 30-plus point playoff games in Celtics history. That's impressive. All right, Wagner's at the line. Makes the first one. I don't know the last time a Magic player actually hit both free throws at the line. It's been a while. They've been going 1 for 2 most of the night. The Heat have the game down to 10 right now against the Cavs. Okay, Wagner, second free throw. Knocks it in. Okay, almost disaster there. Miscommunication on the inbounds, but Porzingis was man on the spot to throw it off of Wagner. Yeah, Brown was great tonight. He was moving around better than game 1. The Celtics got the ball in 30 seconds. Yeah, just let's dribble it out. Yeah, for some reason, Houston decides to foul. Like, you didn't foul on the catch. What are you fouling for now? But, no Tatum. Needed Brown to step up. He did. He played a lot of minutes. And we know he has the questions with his knee. But like I said, the movement was better from him. He had more lift on his shot. He was able to give you 41 minutes. Yeah, nothing to complain about with Jaylen Brown. 36, 10, and 5 will be his final line. Porzingis got to show some love there as well. 20 and 10 for him. You know, the 3-point shot wasn't there, but he got into the lane, got fouled, knocked down some free throws. Derrick White, 17, 6, and 5. Drew Holiday with the free throws there gets into double figures of 11. 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Horford's a point away from a double-double. Can we get him a foul? No. Horford, 9 points, 10 rebounds. What is this here? Oh. Let's put it on. What do we want to show? Shot chart here. I'm not sure what to show here. There we go. But game 2's in the books. Celtics have the 2-0 series lead. I mean, if you're Orlando, game 3's your season. You lose game 3, it's a sweep or a gentleman's sweep at best. For the Celtics, can't let off the gas necessarily in game 3. Yes, White woke up when he needed to. I mean, Jaylen Brown deserves an ice bath. I know the knee is probably talking to him a little bit. 41 minutes is a lot to log. Yeah, talking to Jaylen Brown after the game here. Getting used to the clean cut Jaylen Brown. Like, he went from the high top when he was first drafted. Then he rocked braids for a while. And now he's clean cut. Yeah. Up 2-0. Can't ask for anything else. So Pritchard got his 6th Man of the Year award before the game. Well deserved as well. Probably would have liked to see, the Celtics players at least in the final nominations for some of these awards, but it's okay. Still got the All-NBA and all defensive teams left. But yeah, that's the ball game. Oh, Pritchard's earned the minutes in the playoffs. He had too good of a season to limit him. And he gave you 14 off the bench, you'll take that. 3 of 6 from 3, that's if they want to win a title again this year, Pritchard's going to have to be a consistent contributor off the bench. If he gives you 14, 16 points a game off the bench, you're doing well. Hauser didn't score, but that's fine. Cornette only had 2. So I mean, let's be real. Mazzulla went 6-man rotation and then sprinkled in Hauser and Cornette for 10 minutes. So he tightened up the rotation without Tatum. If Tatum's back in game 3, I guess we'll see how the rotation goes. But yeah, 41 for Jaylen Brown, minutes-wise I'm talking about. 41 minutes from Jaylen Brown. Derrick White played 38 minutes. Drew Holiday played 36 minutes. Porzingis played 33 minutes. You got to remember, Porzingis missed, a minute or 2 with the cut on his forehead. Horford and Pritchard both played 32 minutes. And then Hauser and Cornette played 13 and 11 minutes, respectively. So heavy on the minutes for the top 6 in the rotation. At least Tatum comes back. That's now 7 guys in the main rotation with another spot or two to probably whoever the bench player is that Joe wants to kind of try that night. He went Hauser and Cornette. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe, I don't know, Torrey Craig maybe makes an appearance in this series. I kind of want to see what Mazzulla's going to do with Shireman. I feel like Shireman, if this series is 3-0 and you have a chance to clinch it or something, it's a little out of hand. Throw Shireman out there for, I guess, to reward the rookie for his performance in the regular season. I thought Shireman was a breath of fresh air. So, yeah. Yeah, recap. Celtics win 109-100. Game 3 will be Friday night, 7 o'clock. Like I said, I will not be able to do that game, but look out for a video on the YouTube channel after the game. I will talk about it at least. And then Game 4, the plan is to be live for Game 4. So the next time you see me on the watch along, we could be looking at a potential sweep in this series. So appreciate all of you for tuning in. I really do. If you're new, like I said, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate all of you. I will see you next time. Be safe. God bless. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you, Sean.